Hi and welcome to a very special video from Where Are the Hartnetts.
In this video, we head back to our home country of Australia for the main purpose of Tess's sister's wedding.
So I went back early by myself and I didn't take any footage. I just spent a lot of time with my family, relaxing, enjoying it.
Well, I got to be single father for a couple of weeks and take this little munchkin on a big journey. And he was fantastic. He was really, really good. And we had a lot of fun, even though we had some very long travel days and travel times, taking planes, trains and automobiles to get our way back to Brisbane first while Tess was in Sydney with her family. I took Luke back to Brisbane so that we could catch up with some of my family. Mostly it was a very smooth trip. It was my first time flying with Malaysian Airlines and I would say it was okay. Maybe not the best flight that we've ever done, but still very, very good. And of course, having a 7-year-old means that you spend a lot of time on travel aiders and things, and well, he burns off energy and goes a little bit crazy. And then before we knew it, we're on our way to Brisbane. It was an overnight flight, so we got in, the plane left at I think 10 p.m. and then Luke went to sleep pretty much straight away and I had to wake him up for landing in Brisbane, so it's about an easiest flight as you can hope for with a kid. And that's apple juice, not champagne, by the way.
I thought it. I didn't want to say it, but I did think it.
Spent about 5 days in Brisbane. We stayed with my mother and father in an area called Moreton Bay. And it was really good just for Luke to spend a bit of time with his grandparents. Obviously we've been away for quite some time now. And so he'd grown up, and of course we also got to surprise some friends.
So I was never meant to come to Brisbane. I was staying in Sydney the whole time, but then one of my bestest friends had a baby 3 weeks early, and Nathan was hanging out with some of our other friends, which are these guys. So I ended up making the decision to fly up for just a day. And then we all got to head back to Sydney together, which was awesome. So I hadn't seen these guys for 3 weeks, 2 weeks. So it was really nice to be back together again. And so this is us back in Sydney with my family. And a wedding fast approaching. And this is the day of the wedding. So this is my beautiful sister's wedding, and then I got to be a bridesmaid alongside my other gorgeous sister and the best friend and one of my cousins.
It's a beautiful wedding in the Botanic Gardens, which is, you'll be able to see just shortly the Sydney Harbour Bridge, just glimpsed in the background. So a great spot, and turned out to be a great day.
Yeah, it was one of the most amazing weddings we've been to. We just had so much fun. It was extra special being part of the bridal party, of course.
And when I was filming, of course, I spent way more time filming my beautiful bridesmaid instead of the bride. But I think that's okay. You can see the umbrellas there. There was definitely a threat of rain, which is always a bride's worst nightmare for an outdoor wedding. But it held off long enough just to have a great ceremony. And this is Tess's dad there. And that's Tess trying not to burst into tears.
Actually, all of us, we were all trying very hard. And then we spent a few more days with the family, and then we jumped on a plane to come home.
Yeah, so probably a lot of people watching this know there's no direct flights from Australia to Penang, so you always have to fly via usually Singapore or Kuala Lumpur. And on the way over we went via KL, and on the way back we went via Singapore. And once again, Luke fell asleep.
He didn't sleep nearly as much for this one though, but it was a day flight.
But again, everything went very smoothly. The flight to Singapore was very smooth. There were no delays. We had about 3 hours to hang out at Singapore airport before jumping on another flight to Penang. But if you've ever been to Singapore airport, if you're going to be anywhere for a few hours, Singapore airport is probably the best place to do it.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't been to every airport in the world, but out of all the airports we have been to, this is hands down my favourite. It's just easy, clean, really well signed, and then you've got so many cool areas to go and hang out in. This being the Jewel, big waterfall. So this one you have to actually go through immigration, which we had to do. It's not inside the terminal if you're transiting through. But there are plenty of other gardens that I discovered on my way to Australia that are inside the transit area, including like a big cactus garden and little ponds and things.
At this stage we're heading back to Penang, and this ended our journey.
Thanks for watching our very special and different Where Are the Hartnets.